y'all, and welcome to the very first episode of Let Me Let You Know. My name is Shanti Terry, and I have Miss Ashlee Rice here with me. Ashlee is a beauty expert. She has over 14 years of experience in the beauty industry, and she's going to be sharing a little bit about that with us today. She is an organic skincare specialist featuring Jane Iredale products, and we're going to talk to her today, and she has a lot to share with us. Ashlee, how did you get started?
How did I get started?
How did you get into this crazy world of makeup? I mean, it looks like it's a blast. I got to watch you work yesterday, and you look like you have so much enjoyment in what you do.
I do. You definitely have to have a love and a passion for this. I really delved into my stage makeup class in college, and I loved it. You know, I started with my first makeup job. You know, you start at the bottom and work your way up.
What was your first makeup job?
My first makeup job was working at Victoria's Secret.
Oh.
They had launched a cosmetic line in 1999. Mm-hmm. I did good selling and working with women, and I just, you know, it's like when you do makeup, I feel like it's probably like an artist working on a canvas. I feel like this fire comes alive inside of me. Okay. And you sometimes it just happens, like almost divine inspiration, like God almost like tells me this is what you need to put on this person. It's really hard to explain, but it just, you know, it was when I started that job that I knew it's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to be great at it.
Today you're going to show us a Smokey Eye tutorial.
Yes. Because that is one of the most common questions I get is, how do I do a smoky eye? Mm-hmm. All the time. And so it's really one of the easiest, quickest things to do to yourself. People just overcomplicate it in their minds.
Yeah, it seems like it looks like it's, some people make it seem like it's a really complicated process,
it's
and
not.
You just don't even want to try it. It's like, well, this is not going to be looking smoky. It's looking a mess. So, y'all, she does it right. And we are getting a lesson today from somebody who knows how to do it right on how to do your smoky eye.
Hi, I'm Ashlee Rice, and I am owner of Let's Face It Makeup Studio here in Midland, Texas. And today I am going to show you a smoky eye tutorial. You always want to do your eyes first when you're doing your makeup. You want to apply the makeup first because you do not want fallout from eyeshadow falling onto your face and mixing with your face makeup. One of the best things that you can do to keep a smoky eye is to use an eyeshadow base. So what I'm doing here is I'm using my ring finger. You always want to use your ring finger because that has the least pressure point in your hand. So it actually tugs least at the eye. And I'm just doing a very thin layer of eyeshadow base from lid to brow. The two most important parts of the eye are the eyebrow and the inner rims of the eye. The reason being, I call those two of what I call the lines of the face, okay? Whenever you define the brow, you're giving it an instant lift. And you don't want to do any eye makeup without defining this part of the face. A smoky eye can be done in any color, and it can be worn very, very soft. My philosophy with makeup is to enhance more than it is for the person to look like they're wearing a ton of makeup. I went up underneath the rim with a black gray pencil, but I love a black gray because for during the day, it's a little softer than a black, and with brown eyes like hers, it's gonna help make them look a little more amber. When you look at her eye, you can see how much more it stands out from that side to that side, just from the definition that I put. I'm going to use this palette that has beautiful neutral colors. I'm going to use a matte gray eyeshadow on Lauren. The purpose of a smoky eye is to go in and frame the actual eye itself. So what we're doing here is we're framing this area, okay? When you're dealing with a smoky eye, you can see this brush right here is called a mini dome brush. It's got precision, it's very precision point. It's concentrated. You can do very direct, precise makeup application with a brush like this. When you're dealing with doing a smoky eye, you really want to use a brush like this. And see how it just kind of packs the color on. The softer a brush, the softer the color is going to go on. So here you've got the same color, but different brushes. And I'm filling in the lid. Smoky eye really does not have to go above the crease. Open your eye for a second and look at the camera. This is the lid, close your eye. This is the crease. The crease is the natural crease where when they open their eye, open your eye, where you can see the crease, okay? You do not necessarily have to take the smoky eye above the crease. And that's the problem that a lot of people have. They want to take their smoky eye way too high on the eye. And when you're doing a smoky eye, you want to make sure you're filling in this skin. Sometimes you even have to lift the skin up a little. You want to make sure you don't see any skin right here where the lashes hit the eye. A daytime smoky can just be smoking the lid. You don't have to, look up for me, you don't have to come down here and edge this off. That's depending on the person's mood and perception of makeup. Everybody's perception of dark and dramatic is different. I'm gonna go back in her crease using the same taupe powder that I used in her eyebrows. So I'm using very few products to create this look. I am using my awesome blending brush right here. It can be a shader brush, but it's great for blending. It's just a big fat poofy Jane Iredale brush. And I'm running it through my Oyster highlighter. I like to go in and almost edge the highlight right up under that brow. When you're doing a highlighter, you're basically lifting the brow, but you're also using that highlighter to softly blend down over what you've done. Now that is a soft, smoky daytime eye. And this is where you can always go back and add. And I'm taking my black gray pencil and I'm running it about, not all the way across, about 2/3 across the bottom of the eye. And then I'm pulling it up around. Now, I get a question a lot from people, and that is, how do you keep your eyeliner from running? Put it on and set it with a powder. It's just like setting your face makeup with a powder. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna set the creamy pencil with the smoky gray eyeshadow. And now what I've done is I've edged her eye. And so now when you look at it, it's a little bit more. I always like to go in and add a highlight through here to open the eye up. We have these, I'll spray myself so you guys can see it. We have these awesome setting sprays in my line that I sell, and you can set your makeup with them. You can wet our 24 karat gold powder with our setting spray. Look up for me. And so whenever the light hits her, it's gonna reflect off of where the light is. Highlighters reflect light, so her eyes won't look too closed off, and it'll just kind of open this area up a little. And once again, I'm cleaning up the fallout that would have otherwise mixed with your face makeup had you done your eyes first. So another question I get quite often is false eyelashes. We're gonna go ahead and put the false eyelashes on Lauren. I've used, I'm using a black fringe, kind of a fringe lash. This is definitely a dramatic lash. I don't do this on a lot of my brides. I do this on a lot of boudoir photo sessions and fashion photo shoots that are more dramatic eye makeup. So this kind of lash really complements the smoky eye. I'm using a latex lash glue, and I just squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand. I mean, you can go in, close your eye, and you can clearly see that that is just too long for her eye, okay? Most lashes need to be trimmed. So I go to the outer corner and I usually cut off about 1, 2, 3, 4 little sections in, and I take off about that much average. And I've just put a little bit on there. And the longer that it sits on your hand, it starts to get tacky, and that's how it's gonna stick. So you've gotta let the lash glue stick. Now, a lot of my clients do have difficulty putting these on themselves, but once they are on, they just make you feel, I mean, it seriously is a mood changer when you know you have false eyelashes on. I don't know if it's because you just feel like you're like, wow, and you're just like lifted. I don't know what it is, but lashes are magic. So there we go.
Thank you so much for sharing that tutorial with us, Ashlee. I can't wait to give that a try. Tell us a little bit about Jane Iredale.
Well, Jane Iredale is a makeup that was developed in the 90s. It kind of had a cult following. A lot of people still to this day say to me, I've never heard of that. It's the only makeup endorsed by the Skin Cancer Foundation. It actually has the Skin Cancer Foundation seal on their packaging.
Okay.
The makeup was developed to be used in medical spas, dermatologists' office.
So nobody else has that seal,
plastic.
just Jane Iredale. Wow.
Yeah, it is the purest makeup that you can actually wear on your skin. And when you're wearing it, it's actually taking care of your skin. It's anti-aging. I mean, it's pure pigment. Pure pigment, pure mineral, sunscreen. It's a physical sunscreen for your skin. The makeup actually lays across your skin like a mirror, and everything that hits your face bounces off.
Now, how is Jane Iredale for us oily skinned girls? I have the skin that you can, it just leaks oil all day long.
Well, what happens with a lot of my clients that are oily is a lot of people are overproducting their face. What you're doing to your face is probably more oily because it can't breathe.
Okay.
So it's reacting to what you're doing.
And Jane Iredale lets your skin breathe.
It lets your skin breathe, and people find over time that they don't even have to use the oil stuff anymore. The good thing about the makeup is, and here's a little science class, it's chemically inert. It cannot grow bacteria.
Okay.
You don't have to throw our eyeshadows away after 3 months.
Oh,
Nothing
really?
that's in the product can grow bacteria.
Oh,
so
that's
you're
different.
You know, if you're one shade during the winter and another shade during the summer, and you put your winter makeup up, it'll be fine the next fall.
That'll save you money.
It
Lots
saves
of money
you money.
going to go and throw it out
saves
and
you
buy
money,
new
and
makeup every season.
It does. It saves you money, and it lasts 2 to 3 times as long as everything else that you buy on the market because it doesn't have fillers in it. It's pure. So you use less product, and it lasts longer.
Now, what else are you up to right now? I know you wanted to tell us a little bit of something about an event that's coming up that you wanted to share some information with us about.
Well, my other kind of full-time job, other than mommy and makeup, is the Masquerade Ball. And I've been on the board for Midland Area AIDS Support. MOS is what it's called.
So it's Masquerade.
It's the Masquerade. It's MAAS for MOS, Midland Area AIDS Support. MOS serves more than 10,000 people annually. They are mandated by MISD grades 9 through 12 for HIV/AIDS education in all the schools. Judy even goes as far as Ruidoso, New Mexico to educate children. I'm going to give you guys a sobering statistic that the fastest growing age group for HIV infection is 12 to 24. The funds that this raise is going to keep MOS doing what it does to help with more support. They're actually doing the job of 4 people. 2 people are doing the job of 4 people right now. It's crazy what their load is. They've been speaking in the schools all week. They stand on their feet 10 hours a day speaking to these kids. They take them to get tested. For more than one STD, not just HIV, because most of them come back with an STD, with as sexually active as they are nowadays. And it's at the Green Tree Country Club on Friday, November 30th. And we do have some tickets still on sale and some sponsor tables left, but it is selling out very quickly. The idea of a masquerade ball is very symbolic because most people living with HIV live under a mask in society. They absolutely do not want people to know that they have it. I can't imagine
how they'd be treated if people did know,
though. It's ridiculous. I mean, the old school thought is still here. You can't get it from drinking after somebody. You can't get it from sitting next to them. You can't get it because they serve your food to you at a restaurant.
People will still have that fear
It's the stigma. It is modern day leprosy. And the lepers in the Bible were put in caves. They were shunned by society. And we have got to wake up because shunning people isn't going to make it go away. And knowledge is power. It's really sad.
If somebody wants to go and... I mean, if somebody feels led to donate or give to the charity or get involved, where can they go?
They can go to ribbonsoflight.org, and that is MOS's website. It has awesome information, a biography on Judy. Her brother died of AIDS in 1991, I want to say, and he was the first AIDS patient in the ICU here in Midland.
So, Ashlee, where can people go to find, you and get a hold of you and see your work and just get in touch with you and contact you?
My website is letsfaceitstudio.com. You can email me or contact me on the phone number that's listed on my website. I also have a Facebook fan page, Let's Face It Makeup Studio.
That's where I found you.
I am by appointment. I am a mommy first, so but I'm available. But I do book about a couple weeks out. So if you know that you're wanting to see me, don't wait till the last minute and get upset because I can't get you in the next day. Call me and we'll get you taken care of.
Okay.
The most important thing to me about what I do is really connecting with women. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a heartbreak. Everyone has something with themselves they don't like. Everybody comes from something. I do. I've been through many trials in my life. We live in a culture that tells you that one kind of pretty is the only pretty. And that is forced in people's faces every day, day after day. Even to me, there's days where I don't feel confident. But the most important thing to me is to make women feel beautiful, to understand that they don't have to hide under their makeup. They can use their makeup to enhance their beauty. They can use natural products to, you know, soothe and take care of their skin and maintain their skin, you know. It's really connecting with women, making my clients feel beautiful, doing whatever I can. You know, if they have a problem with something I've done, trying to fix it. You know, it doesn't hurt my feelings. You know, you don't always do it right the first time. And just letting women know that, you know, God made us the way He made us. We have to accept that. We're perfect in God's eyes. I mean, He loves how He created us. Our culture doesn't teach that, though. And that's where there's, you know, kind of this battlefield of the mind that we're constantly trying to achieve the unattainable, the airbrushed, fake cosmetic ads that you see. Those women aren't that. They don't look like that in person. I know, because I've seen what a lot of models really look like. They're everyday people. And so, you know, that's just important. That I really want to touch women's lives. I want God to use me whenever He can. And it happens. It happened yesterday. You saw that in my studio. People come in, and I'm just praying with them within 5 minutes. I mean, it's really quite extraordinary. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for the opportunity that I've been given to do what I do in the Permian Basin. So,
well, thank you so much for coming out on the show with us today. This has been a blast.
Thank you. This has been a blessing.